So, I'm Paula. Today I will speak to you about how we can structure our business model, okay? Just the design of the business model. And there are lots of models that we can use as to the design of the business. We will speak to you today. I will present you the Canvas business model because it's the most is the most popular tool, but it's not the only one. You can, if you want, you can explore all other models. So this Canvas business model is split in 9 blocks. The first one is the customer segment, then the value proposition, the channels, and the customer relationships, and we also have the revenue stream, and on the other side we have the key partners and the key activities and the resources, and also the structure of the costs. So this is a graphical representation on how our business can be structured. So it's just a way we think about how we will operate our model, our business model. So these 9 blocks, we can see it as two windows. One that is the window for the market, an external view of our business, and another one that is the internal window, that is a window that show how the company is organized in order to provide the product or service that we are intending to sell or to offer to our customers. So we have the 9 blocks, beginning with the market segment, and the market segment is where we have our target, our customer target. We are offering to them a value proposition that we intend as be a answer to the needs, to the problems of our market segments or customer segments. This value proposition, it will be delivered. It will be the customers will have access to this value proposition to the channels, market channels, and we will connect with our customers through a relationship that it will be performant in order to us to interact with the customers, to have feedback, to communicate with them, and all will result in a flow of revenues. Internally, we will have our key resources that we will use to perform the key activities that are the ones that are essential to us to deliver the value proposition to our customers. And this, in order to this can be achieved, we will need some key partners, and all that is reflected in costs that we will support in order to provide the value proposition. So I will go with all the 9 blocks, explain briefly how it works, and what is the main points that we need to pay attention when we are seeing these 9 blocks. Okay, so let's begin with the market segments or customer segments. Okay, so here we the company group they aggregate the customers into segments that have common needs or customers or other attributes, so the company can better answer to these needs. So what we do here is try to find the profile of our customers and see if our customers can be grouped, can be split or segmented, okay, according to different attributes that they have in common. We can speak about, for example, socioeconomic attributes, demographic attributes. For example, we can think about gender or lifestyle or profession, or, for example, geographic or income. That are attributes that usually the companies use to segment the markets, okay? Segment the customers in order to have different market segments. But sometimes the companies don't do that segment. They work with the mass market. For example, if you think about medicine, when we think about medicine, the companies usually don't do that segments. They offer a product to all the customers. The companies only have a large group of customers. Sometimes the segments are very, very specific. It's very little segment in terms of dimension, in terms of size, but this segment has a very specific needs, a very specific problems, and in order to develop a solution specific to that market niche, the company can offer this solution that is very specific, and also because of this specificity, these customers are willing to pay more for this kind of solution. So we usually are speaking about a market niche that operates with premium prices. So a very added value proposition we can offer to this market niche. It's a very small market segment, but a market segment that is these needs that are so specific that they are willing to pay a premium price for a solution that is specific for them. We can also have this diversified markets when the company offers products to market segments that are not really related, are very different. And we can also have the multi-sided platforms. And multi-sided platforms are very common when the companies they serve two or more market segments, but they are interdependent. For example, if you think about Airbnb, we have a market segment that is the hosts, the owners of the houses, the homes, and then we have the tourists, the guests that use that home. So we have two different, completely different market segments, but they are interdependent. So we can see we have two sources of revenues from really different market segments. We can use things that, for example, we can differentiate the market segments or customers, for example, in terms of the channel that we use. to reach them. For example, in terms of banking, we can differentiate our customers. One segment can be the ones that work with online banking, okay? And we can also have a more specific product or service to the ones that require to go to the branch and to have a face-to-face relationship with the banking. So the way we reach our customers can be a way to segment these customers. Or, for example, we can segment the customers in terms of just income. Okay, for example, if you think about cars, okay, for example, we think about Toyota. Toyota has two brands. One that is a Toyota, that is a brand for more medium and lower classes. And then we have Lexus, that is a brand from Toyota, but is for high class. It is a luxury brand. In terms of segments, it's really different segments of the market. So the value proposition is the solution, the unique solution that we are offering to our potential customers that is intended to respond, to answer to the needs, to the problems of our potential customers, the customers that are part of our market segments. Okay, so this value proposition is a solution that we are offering, and this solution must have added value in order to our potential customers buy it, pay money for it. They need to perceive that this solution that we are proposing is differentiated from our competition to the others that are in the market. We need to do something better, something different, and our customers are willing to pay for this added value that our solution brings. This added value can be related with the novelty. Okay, we have something that is new, and because it's new, the value is in this novelty, and we can also differentiate because our product or service has a high performance, can give a better result than the ones that are in the market. This performance can be, for example, if you think about a car, it can be because it's safer, or because it doesn't consumes so much gas, or because it's faster, or something like that, or it's prettier. But usually performance can be also because our product is customized. We can offer a product that is specific to the client's needs. It's not something that is standardized. It's not something. Is not this size fits all. Is something that is specific. We think, for example, in terms of a tailor. A tailor sometimes use can use this customize the service as added value proposition. For design can be also a way to differentiate the price, when we can offer a price that is more competitive, that is lower than the price of the competition. But brand can also be, when we perceive brand as a way to show status, social status, it also can be a way to differentiate from the competition. So and the usability, being user friendly in terms of more safer in terms of the risk of accidents and so on. So this value proposition that we are offering, we need to deliver this value proposition to our customers. So we need channels. These channels can be distribution channels or can be communication channels, okay, or sales channels. The channels are very important in terms of the way we connect, we deliver, we connect with our customers, we deliver our product or our service to our customers. Okay, these channels can be our own channels, or we can have these channels of a partner. We can, for example, have direct channels. We can sell online, or we can sell to online on our own website, or through the social media or something like that. Or we can have our own shops, okay, our own places. The customers can go there, or we can use a retailer shop or wholesales in terms to connect to your customers. It's important to think about that the sales person, the way the product not just is delivered, but all the experience to the customer is important. For example, if a customer buy a product online, and we say that the product will be delivered in 1 week. Okay, we need to pay attention and respect this deadline. If it's a week, we can take 2 weeks to deliver the product. Okay. Because sometimes the product can be good, but the delivery can be too expensive or too long or something like that, and we will have a customer that is not satisfied because the whole experience, it was not enjoyable. Okay, and when we think about this experience, we need to think about the person, the person that does the sale, and do all the process to deliver the product. Sometimes we need to think about how we can integrate these channels with the routines of our customers. For example, sometimes we have some delivery companies that can go deliver the products where the clients are, and the other ones that don't do that. And so we need to think about how we can integrate these channels in the routines of our clients in order to the experience be more enjoyable as possible. Then how we can relate to the customers, what kind of relationship we have with them, how we can communicate with them, and what kind of interaction we do with them. We can have some services that is more automated. For example, if you think about the vending machines, it's completely automated. Okay, we have a machine there, and we click the buttons, and there is no interaction between the client and the company. We can have, for example, an interaction that is more connected. For example, when we have communities, we create communities with our customers, for example, in social media, or when we, for example, work together with our customers to improve the products or services that we deliver, and we can co-create the products together, co-create solutions. And so usually we will use the social media, or we use the webmail, or sometimes also the stores to create this relationship with the customers. Okay, how we communicate with them, how we attract, how we foster this relationship with the customers in order to maintain the customers in the future. So all this as a consequence, that is a result, that is revenues. The company needs revenues in order to survive. These revenues can be from the sales of the products or service, and we need to pay attention what is how many the customers are willing to pay for our products or services, and how they prefer to pay. Okay, sometimes for example, the technology is important in the how to pay. Okay, have access to for example, MBWay or something like that is something that is important, how they prefer to pay. We also need to think that we can have different sources of revenues. If you think about, for example, a soccer game, a soccer club, okay, football club, we can have sales. We can have revenues from the sales of the players. We can have revenues from the sales of the tickets for the games. We can have revenues from the rights to, for example, to transmit the games online or in television or something like that. For example, we can have revenues from the advertising in the stadium, or advertising in the clothes of the players. We can also have revenues from the sales of merchandising. So there are lots of different sources of revenues, and the goal is to have a flow of revenues that is stable. Okay, more stable implies it's easy to operate the company. Then on the other view, the internal view, we have the key resources. The key resources are the ones that are crucial to perform to deliver the value proposition to our customers. Okay, these key resources can be, for example, assets, can be physical resources, can be, for example, buildings, machinery, can be cars and other desks and something like that. Okay, we are think about physical assets. We can think about intellectual assets, for example, property rights, or software, or something like that. That are something that is not data, for example. And human resources. Human resources can be, for example, if you think about the school, okay, we have the assets, the physical ones, we have the buildings, we have the equipment in laboratories, but then we also have the teachers and the staff, the other staff that are also crucial to the deliverer of the value proposition. The key resources are the ones that we then use to the key activities. The key activities are the ones that are crucial to the delivery of the value proposition. Sometimes the key activities are related with the channels or the customer relationships. For example, if you think about an Nespresso business model, if you think about the key resources, we have the patents of the system, that the capsule of the coffee, and the machinery. Then we have also the production, the coffee itself, the marketing, and the logistic. So that they are connected, the activities and the resources. So these activities can be the activities that are related with the production process, or the answer to the way we solve the problems. Okay. Sorry. And finally, key partners. Key partners are the ones, are not simple suppliers, or are not, for example, if you think about the electricity supplier, the electricity supplier is not a key partner, okay? Because we can we have lots of different suppliers in the market, so it's not really crucial if you buy from a company A or B or C. Okay, there are lots of different suppliers in the market. But for example, if you think about, you are developing, for example, if you think about higher education institution, okay, the relationship with, for example, other higher education institutes from other countries, for example, the ones that here we are with Brazil, with an institution from Brazil, and for the performance of this hackathon, okay, this partnership is important in terms of success. So, for example, in Portugal, the companies that produce beer, they have an agreement with farmers. So there is a supplier and buyer agreement. So the farmers, they produce the cereals for the beer. They just plant and harvest before the plantation. They already sold the crops to the company that produce the beer. So we can have these partnerships, can be joint ventures, can be supplier and buyer agreements. So in order to secure the value proposition to the customers, these are just the ones that are crucial to our success. Okay. For example, sometimes when we are beginning, the incubator that provides the service for us to start our own company can be a key partner. Okay. And lastly, in terms of costs, in terms of the structure of the costs, we need to think about the ones that are more important, okay? The ones that are more crucial in terms of our business model, the ones that are more expensive. These costs can be from the production, or from the marketing, or from the logistic, or so on. So we need to know, before everything, we need to know if you are operating with your value proposition is you are offering a low quality but also low price product. So if you are your value proposition is because your product is cheaper than the competition, you need to also be able to produce at a lower cost. So sometimes it's important for us to be able to explore scale economies and economies of experience. They are sometimes very crucial in order to us to can sell we can sell our product at a lower price. And to do that, we need to know if you have a very high structure in terms of fixed costs. Fixed costs are the ones that don't depend on the quantity. If you think about your home budget, okay? If you have a loan to the bank, okay, or if you pay a rent to your landlord, okay, you pay a rent, and the rent doesn't depend of many times or many nights you sleep at home at your apartment, okay? The owner of the building, they require that you pay the rent every month, okay? So it's a fixed cost. If you have a company and the facilities are rent, that will be a fixed cost. But for example, the water and the electricity and the gas, they depend on many times you take a bath. They depend on many times, okay, many lights you are using and so on. So they are variable costs. If you produce more products, you will use more raw materials, you will use more electricity, you will use more water and things like that. So there are variable costs. So if your structure in terms of the relationship between your variable costs and your fixed costs, you have lots of fixed costs, it will be really hard for you to provide a product that is as a low price if you can't sell lots of quantities. Okay, so the quantity will be very important in order to you can have some scale, economies of scale, and you will be able to offer a product at a low cost. But if you can't explore these economies of scale, if your market is really small, or if the market that you are operating as already big companies that are there and you can't really win market share to them, maybe you can offer a product that has higher value, and so you can bet not on quantity but in quality. So your differentiation, it will be according to the value of your products. So you don't have this pressure in terms of producing a product at a low price. You can have a higher price, and you will sell less unities, but have a gross margin that is more appealing. I think that I already exceed my 30 minutes. So I know that there are lots of questions that you will have still, but I hope that I could explain to you. And if you have questions for me right now. Anyone has questions? Is anyone here? Ok. Eu acho que eu demorei muito tempo. Eu tinha aqui o meu telemóvel a despertar. Aos 15 minutos ele despertou já 2 vezes. Alguém tem alguma pergunta? Ok. Ok, pronto, então. Eu vou-vos deixar que vou continuar com o meu serviço do Uber da minha filha, que já está outra vez à espera para eu levar. Ela tem um festival hoje à tarde. Agora nos treinos, agora vamos. Ok. So if you have questions, I will be in Discord in 1 hour, so you can reach me there.